It sounds too good to be true because it often is. Unmask the unseen burdens, long-term consequences, and subtle controls embedded in seemingly free government money. In times of crisis or in the pursuit of social welfare, governments often turn to what appears to be a simple solution: direct financial assistance or free money. Stimulus checks, unemployment benefits, subsidies, grants, they are presented as lifelines, as necessary interventions to support citizens and stimulate economies. And on the surface, they are. But what if this free money comes with a hidden price tag, a cost far greater than the immediate financial outlay? What if these seemingly benevolent handouts carry unseen burdens, long-term consequences, and subtle controls that fundamentally reshape our economies, our freedoms, and our relationship with the state? The truth is, nothing is truly free, especially when it comes from the government. Today, we're going to unmask the true cost of free money. We'll delve into the economic realities, the unintended social consequences, and the often overlooked mechanisms of control that accompany government handouts. This isn't about debating the merits of social safety nets. It's about understanding the full spectrum of effects when the state becomes the primary provider. Prepare to challenge your assumptions about economic policy and see the subtle strings attached to every gift. Let's expose the true price of government generosity. The most immediate and often discussed hidden cost of large-scale government handouts is inflation and the devaluation of currency. When a government injects a massive amount of new money into the economy without a corresponding increase in goods and services, the inevitable result is that too much money chases too few goods. This drives up prices, eroding the purchasing power of everyone's money. Think of it like this. If everyone suddenly has more money, but there aren't more cars, houses, or groceries available, the sellers will simply raise their prices. Your free money might buy less than you initially thought. This inflation tax disproportionately affects those on fixed incomes and the poor, whose savings and wages are quickly eaten away by rising costs. While the initial handout might provide temporary relief, the long-term effect can be a general decrease in living standards for the majority. It's a subtle form of wealth transfer where the value of existing money is diluted to fund new spending, effectively taxing everyone who holds that currency. Another undeniable hidden cost is increased taxes and a growing national debt. Free money from the government isn't magic. It has to come from somewhere. Governments primarily fund these programs through taxation or by borrowing money. If funded by borrowing, this adds to the national debt, which ultimately has to be paid back by future generations through higher taxes or reduced public services. Even if not immediately apparent, the bill eventually comes due. Future generations will bear the burden of today's free money through a diminished economic future. Increased taxes can stifle economic growth, discourage investment, and reduce individual incentives to work and save. It creates a moral hazard where current generations consume resources that future generations must pay for without their consent. The free money of today is often the deferred tax burden of tomorrow, a hidden lien on the prosperity of our children and grandchildren. Free money can also create disincentives to work and lead to reduced productivity. While designed to provide a safety net, overly generous or prolonged handouts can inadvertently reduce the incentive for individuals to seek employment or to work productively. If the benefits received are comparable to or exceed what can be earned through work, some may choose to remain on assistance. This can lead to labor shortages in certain sectors, reduced overall economic output, and a decline in the work ethic. While a temporary safety net is crucial, a permanent reliance on handouts can erode the productive capacity of a nation. It shifts the focus from wealth creation through labor and innovation to wealth redistribution, potentially leading to a stagnant economy. The long-term health of an economy relies on a productive workforce, and policies that inadvertently undermine this can have profound and lasting negative consequences. Perhaps the most insidious hidden cost is the potential for increased government control and surveillance. When the government is the primary dispenser of funds, it gains immense power over the lives of its citizens. This can manifest in various ways, from increased data collection on how money is spent to the potential for programmable money. Imagine a future where government-issued digital currency comes with built-in rules. funds that expire if not spent by a certain date, or money that can only be used for specific purposes, e.g., food, but not alcohol. While proponents argue this could lead to more efficient social programs, critics warn of unprecedented levels of control and a severe erosion of individual freedom and privacy. The more reliant citizens become on government handouts, the more leverage the state has to dictate behavior and monitor financial activity. The free money becomes a tool for social engineering, subtly shaping choices and limiting autonomy. Free money can also contribute to the erosion of personal responsibility and self-reliance. While a safety net is vital, an over-reliance on government assistance can inadvertently foster a mindset of dependency rather than empowerment. It can diminish the incentive for individuals to take initiative, solve their own problems, or pursue entrepreneurial ventures. When the state is perceived as the ultimate provider, the drive for self-sufficiency can wane. This isn't about blaming individuals. It's about understanding the psychological impact of systems that reduce the need for personal effort. Over time, this can lead to a decline in community resilience, a decrease in innovation, and a general weakening of the social fabric. The true cost here is not just financial, but a subtle yet profound shift in cultural values, where the pursuit of individual agency is replaced by a reliance on external support. Finally, government handouts often lead to unintended consequences and market distortions. Economic systems are complex, and injecting large sums of money into specific areas can have ripple effects that are difficult to predict. Subsidies, for example, can prop up inefficient industries, discourage competition, and create artificial demand. This can lead to misallocation of resources, where capital and labor are directed towards less productive uses, simply because they are being subsidized. It can also create moral hazards, where individuals or businesses take on more risk knowing that the government will bail them out. The housing market, for instance, has seen distortions due to various government interventions. These distortions can lead to asset bubbles, resource misallocation, and ultimately, a less efficient and less resilient economy. The free money can create a false sense of security, masking underlying economic problems and delaying necessary adjustments. So, while government handouts are often well-intentioned, their true cost extends far beyond the initial financial outlay. From inflation and increased debt to disincentives to work, increased control, erosion of self-reliance, and market distortions, the free money often comes with a hidden price tag that impacts us all. Understanding these hidden costs isn't about rejecting compassion. It's about advocating for policies that truly empower individuals and foster sustainable economic growth, rather than creating new forms of dependency and control. The question isn't whether we should help those in need, but how we can do so without inadvertently creating new problems. The path to true prosperity lies in understanding the full spectrum of consequences, both seen and unseen. Are you ready to see the true price of free money?